Hello friends, my name is Molina. I grew Toot Hunter from 0 to $1.5 million a year in 15 months. Today we're going to talk about 6 productivity hacks that made me millions of dollars. Habit number 1 is I went to the cafe with just my laptop and no charger. So our brain works in a very weird way in that the less options we have, the more creative we get. Like think about it, when you're in survival situations and you think like, man, I have to figure something out, our brain gets resourceful. And humans are incredibly resilient when they just have no choice. When you have that constraint and you have to work, automatically out of everything that you need to do, your brain will just go and think, okay, what are the 1, 2, 3 things that I need to attack right now before time runs out? So remember in college or in school when you had to turn a paper in and you had like 3 weeks to do it and you did nothing for 2 weeks and 6 days and now it's the last day and then you gotta figure something out. It's like, man, like if I don't turn this in tomorrow, I'm failing the class. So your brain got creative and you turned something in and guess what? You pass the class. So when you use that survival mechanism and that constraint mechanism to really get going in your business, wonderful things just started happening. Number 2 is I listen to video game and movie soundtracks while I work. So when I went to college, and well, I dropped out, but when I went to college, I was studying computer science. And my friends were always listening to these game soundtracks like Doom, Call of Duty, Halo, Mario, the Wii stuff. And I'm thinking like, what are you guys doing? They're like, I don't know, I just like to concentrate. I went through the psychology of it and realized that just like movies and games, they're designed to keep you focused. So I listen to The Legend of Zelda, I listen to the Wii menu music, and they just focus me. One thing I don't like to do is work with music with lyrics. You're listening to stuff, and automatically your brain's split between this and that, and your brain can't really handle many things at once. It can only handle one. Focus is all over the place. These songs are made to program you. So you know how people who listen to all these like sex music and love music, they're always sad or they're always horny? Or people who listen to really violent music, they're always like combative and they just want to fight? Try to go without lyrics or with lyrics that empower you. When I listen to a song, I would look up the lyrics. Is it a message I want my brain to be repeating over and over again or not? 3 is my incredible morning routine. It's very complex, so here it goes. I wake up and then I get to work. Very simple. I just sit right here at my desk and I just start working. And the reason for that is kind of something I did when I was a kid. So I had like the steak and the fries and the vegetables. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to eat all the vegetables, right? She's like, why don't you just eat them first? And then you eat whatever you want next. And I don't know, that kind of stuck with me. If you're gonna do something that's hard, might as well do it early so later it won't cost you. I like to work and do my job just early in the morning. So by the time I'm done, it's maybe like noon and I'm already done with everything I need to do. It's not that business is hard, it's just tedious. You already know what to do. Craft an offer, choose a market, send more traffic to it, talk to more people, be consistent. The thing is, like, you get bored. Man, I'm not sure if I want to keep doing this. Eat the vegetables first and then eat whatever you want. 4 is I don't look at my phone until I'm done with the work of the day. Your brain is really bad at distinguishing stimulus. For example, your brain can't tell the difference between having sex and watching porn. Because to your brain, it's the same. Like we haven't been able to separate long-term and short-term. That could be bad, but you could also use it in your favor. This book right here, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Incredible book. He says a habit is made up of 4 things. So it's cue, it's craving, it's the action, and then it's the reward. So what I did is I kind of tricked my brain into getting my phone as the reward. So I get everything done I need to do in the morning, and after that I check the messages. After that I log into social media. After that I do and respond to all my friends because it's a reward. If you position your phone as the reward, then everything's easier because you get addicted to the hard work because your brain associates hard work with getting that. 5, and this is my favorite one. Protect attention at all costs. So I learned this from Alex Ramosi. There's 3 currencies in an entrepreneur's life that you need to take care of. Number 1, obviously money, right? Number 2 is time. And most people stick at time. They say time is the most valuable resource. And I would argue that is not true. I would argue that attention is the most valuable resource you have as an entrepreneur. Because if you don't have the attention, you don't have the willpower to actually put into the business, then you won't make any progress. Like, think about it. The guys that are really at the top of the game, it's not that they put the most time into it, which is a component of it, obviously, but they're also like obsessed with it. I was at ADCC. This is a big jiu-jitsu tournament, and I trained with these guys for maybe like a month. I'm not good at it. I'm just explaining what happened. These guys were training 3 times a day. And then while they were not training, they were watching footage. And they were not watching footage, they were talking about it to their friends. They were obsessed with it. The attention they put into it turned them into world-class athletes. So the way I like to look at this, and maybe this is a useful model for you, is money, time, and attention equals to bronze, silver, and gold. For example, if you could devote money, aka bronze, and you get gold back, then that is a positive trade. You won in that trade. In that sense, I have no problem with giving away money if I could get attention. Like hiring an assistant. I'll pay an assistant to do a lot of stuff for me so that I don't have to pay attention to it. And all that mental bandwidth that I got, I put it into my business and my business suddenly grows. To the untrained brain, you paid for time. You're like, man, you lost money, right? But to the trained brain, they see that and they say, you spend bronze and you got that silver. 6 is how I spend my money. And in reality, I came from a third world country. Like, I made $250 a month as a virtual assistant. I do accept that I have a different perspective of money. I don't need much to live. If I have $500 a month, like, I could realistically live well, like at least where I live and the way I live. Money to me is game currency. And I can spend that currency in whichever game I want to play, right? Some people choose to play the status game, and they buy the cars, the clothes, the houses, and I understand it, right? Because that is the game they want to play. To me, I don't want to play that game. The game I really want to play is the money game. So in the business side, I spend a lot of money to get what I want, to grow the business, right? Something that also helps me a lot is fitness. I'll spend a lot of money in coaches, in nutrition, on the best food, so that I'll get my return because that is a game I want to play. My game currency there has value. Whereas if I put the money in the status game, then I would be playing a game I don't want to play, so it doesn't make sense to me. So figure out what games are worth it to you. What games do you want to play? And then use money to play those games. These are 6 habits that made me millions of dollars. So hopefully it'll make you some money too.